Hey, favored ones! Welcome to another collective reading. Ooh, train in the background. Come on in and take a seat at the round table. Of course, there's a few coins there if you choose to throw a few in the wishing well. And yeah, for any of those who are new, welcome. For any of those who are returning, thank you for your love and support. My name's Kymmy, and I will be your reader. And over here on my channel, I enjoy doing something called Welcoming Utopia, or Welcoming in Utopia, whichever way you want to call it is fine. It's the intention really behind it, which is all of us to manifest at the same time what our personal utopia would be. But regardless of what we want for our personal utopia, I feel like just wanting better and manifesting better into our physical reality, as well as giving our brain a moment of peace, is lovely as well. So yeah, if that's wanting everyone to have fresh water, everyone to have somewhere safe to sleep and be fed, being able to explore your dreams without any limitations, stuff like that. And even if it's anything as remembering to compliment yourself once a day, whatever your personal utopia is, feeling comfortable within your own skin and being who you truly are. All things are valid. So yeah, if you want to take a moment and pause and focus on that intention, you're welcome to. And for the rest of us, let's get into the downloads. 1:55 on the clock there. So you may be seeing 5-5 or having a lot of big changes in your demeanor going on. So I was just going to roll the dice. We have 2, 3, 4. So yeah, next steps to your life, really walking within your power. You're walking the walk and talking the talk. So 2, 3, 4 there. Some of you may be learning how to speak in different language, because most times when you start or you're helping your child or your teacher, you're teaching people the basics. For some of you, you're really teaching people the basics, or you're helping them transition into a next part of their lives, which goes into the topic of today's reading, where I have written down a death doula, also known sometimes as called as the end of life doula or a death midwife. For some of you, you may be an actual doula or a nurse, a midwife, a birthing mother, a birthing I don't know, a delivery, yeah, a baby delivery doctor, pediatrician. No, I think that's for after the baby's born. Either way, regardless, whether you're a professional or a non-medical professional, purposes. Now, some of you it may be for birthing and teaching others, but for some of you here, it's a death doula, where whether or not you're actually trained professional or a medical nurse, I feel like some of you may help others transition to the other side. Like the biggest birthing part of ourselves is birthing into death. At least we believe that in the spiritual community, is going beyond the veil and, going back to source, which is, for some, is a very hard thing to release and let go of. So for some of you, you just might be a caregiver, or it might be a pet that you're helping feel comfortable as they make this transition, because it's for providing emotional, physical, and educational support for someone who is nearing death. This can also be like, I'm hearing dead names, so some of you may be just transitioning at this time, and it's you're rebirthing into who you truly are. That's not for everyone, of course, But I feel like the underlining collective energy right now is we are all helping others through a hard time and realizing that, the birth of the next chapter can be beautiful. That sometimes letting go and the grief of letting go can sometimes be a beautiful thing. My doctor was telling me, when you have trigger warning and people who are abusive towards you, um, or if you have someone who you love dearly that you're taking care of, when they pass on, sometimes it can be a big relief to yourself. And as much as it is grieving and a loss, it is a relief to yourself because you're seeing how much you've made progress, how much more time and energy you have for yourself. So don't ever be hard on yourself or invalidate your process of letting go after these people have passed on as well. So yeah, some of you may sit inside of hospitals next to people who are going through end stages of life, donating blood. I'm getting a lot of charity work, but mostly I'm getting like veterinarians where you sit with the animal and help them and you calm them down so that they don't have to be alone. In their last moments. I know this is a very heavy situational energy, and for all of those who aren't ready yet, I totally understand. I also feel like you make sure that some of you may get animals later in life. Like, I'm not saying like everyone in this reading, they're close to death's door and that's it. I feel like for some of you, you don't give up on those who are later in life. I feel like a lot of you or a few of you may be the type that adopts older animals, or you foster older children, or you take care of children that didn't have as good enough parents, being a mentor within society, and or Big Brothers Big Sisters program as well is something that's heavily coming to mind. A sanctuary for animals that are going extinct so that at least when they go, they can go with grace and dignity. I feel like you let go of people with grace and dignity. You are helping people go with grace and dignity, and I feel like for others who don't resonate with that, yours is that you let people go with grace and dignity, whereas most people would be vindictive or hold a grudge, be gossiping or bad mouthing people, but really you just want to keep to yourself and grow and keep nurturing your own soil and trimming your own hedges and staying in your own lane is what I'm getting. So for half and half, and for some of you it's both. You're really good at helping others let go. Now, it may not be the end of their life, but it may feel like the end of their world or the end of their life because they had to let go of an abusive or toxic situation. Some of you are counselors and you talk people and help them to have resources to find a better place to live in and stand on their own. Maybe you are that safe haven for others. To the very bitter end sometimes, and that takes a lot of heart, and not many are willing to step up and do that. First of all, because death is a very taboo topic. There's a lot of stigmatism surrounding it. Many people don't want, you love the unlovable, and it's not an easy task. There's people who don't want to help bats who have been injured because they're afraid of rabies. There's people who don't like, what are they, bearded dragons because of salmonella, but people want to love them and have them in pets. And, there's a lot of stereotypes and stigmatism, but you're loving those animals that really deserve an extra look, an extra glance. You know, the things that go bump in the night don't really scare you because you want to know how they work. You want to know why they work that way, and you want to know how to protect yourself. These are for some of you that may have dealt with spiritual warfare, and instead of being scared and allowing it to consume you, you decided that you were going to learn, know thy enemy, pretty much, is what I'm getting here as well. There's a few messages coming through, so hopefully you all get the guidance and confirmation that you need. I didn't forget to take this off of the list, but maybe some of you guys need baby wipes, or you use baby wipes to help clean up. You may work in the old folks home, or you're just the parent type style friend where you're like, if anyone needs snacks, anyone need a juice box, you need some baby wipes, you know. I feel like you may just be super prepared. Some of you may have been in scouts or Girl Guides, or some of you are leaders for those types of groups. Yeah, so yeah, there's that as well. Leadership. With that message, it came the song, the Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper. So like, yeah, you're helping people not be afraid of death. Also came to mind when I heard that was like, Don't Fear the Reaper, and Reaper is a recording program. So some of you are afraid of making moves towards your music, or recording. Nervous with your, I know stage fright is a huge thing, and it's easy to be hard on yourself, especially when you're a perfectionist when it comes to music. Don't fear the Reaper is what I'm hearing. So don't fear needing your music to be perfect. Like, don't fear that your music needs to be perfect. Regardless of whether you or others think your music is perfect, it is still art, because it is a work in progress, as are you. Developing your skills is, you know, jack of all trades, and a master of none. It means that you are very skilled in many things, and there may be something that other people can learn from you, and in turn you learn this new skill. So don't don't sell yourself short. Sally sells shells by the seashore. A lot of you might be learning how to write nursery rhymes or want to write children's book. Don't be afraid to write and put it out there. When I hear Don't Fear the Reaper and recording, maybe you want to record audible books, or be a voice actor. Don't fear being a voice actor. Your voice is beautiful and you're talented, and you can adjust in time and critique and build on that skill, right? That's the whole point of practice makes perfect. Only you can decide how much practice you put in and how much perfection you would like it to be. And honestly, it's up to you to decide what is perfection anyways. You get to decide for yourself what is success, what is art, and what needs to be gained from this. Like, what do you want to learn? What is gained for you? Other people can't tell you what you find rewarding. They can't. They can't tell you what you find rewarding. It's not up to other people to decide whether or not you are going to be a representation of them. Your art is a representation of you alone. Sure, they may have helped you hone your skill, but you flourished it. You built it. And I feel like that might be you guiding yourself to another side of Dark Night of the Soul, because don't fear death and rebirth um, is kind of sounding like you guided yourself, your higher self and your inner child are working together to guide and have guided yourself to the other side of a dark night of the soul. For some of you, you may still feel in that energy, and I just want to remind you that you are worth it. You are worth not giving up on, and you are worth learning about. You are worth getting to know yourself, because that's the biggest stage of Dark Night of Soul, Kundalini Awakening, shadow work, generational healing. Therapy is getting to know yourself, being self-aware. And I think you're doing a great job as a collective, my favorite ones. Honestly, I think we all deserve a big hug and, you know, a juice box and, you know, a kickback on the relaxing chair outside in the back in the sun. You know, we made it through. We made it through another rebirthing process. We have like the new moon that happened over the weekend. You might be close to a new moon energy as well, but it was in Pisces, and it's like big energy to manifest for yourself. Oh, I hear the garbage truck. I'm the garbage man. I get rid of your garbage. So yeah, Spirit really wants to get rid of that garbage, getting rid of that energy that you're not feeling good enough, that you're not worth recording. Remember that YouTube always has that option to turn comments off if you're afraid of what people gotta say, because, you know, sometimes they don't follow Thumper's dad's fucking rule. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Yeah, some people miss that memo. So yeah, you can arrange it, and you're allowed to decide how much you put yourself out there. Being vulnerable starts with you. You're allowed to decide whether or not you want to dip your toes in and slowly wade out and swim and immerse yourself outside your comfort zone energy, or if you want to run and do a cannonball and dunk yourself in. Like, you know, it's up to you and how you feel about it. I think that might actually be the recycling truck. Regardless, some of you might upcycle. Yeah. Instead of letting like things go to the trash and end up being completely dead and like gone and buried amongst the time, I feel like something. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Yeah, I feel like some of you take old toys, old furniture, and upcycle them to give them new life and transition them the same way I was talking about earlier. So right now, a big theme amongst the collective is transitions. Some of them in spiritual realm, some of them is in the physical realm, and some of them is inside yourself. So that's super cool. I also got that you're a D light. So D in French means of. So you are of the light is what I'm getting. So I wrote something making a quip about Shakespeare. So a lot of you might like Shakespearean writing or Victorian style. It could be Gothic or clothing, or just like you might like the writing styles from that time. But I wrote, a healer by any other name would shine just as brightly. So yeah, whether you associate yourself with being a light worker, a starseed, indigo child, cool rapscallion, whatever you want to call yourself, a seer, a scryer, laying hands, whatever it is that you find yourself to be a healer of, being a songwriter and healing the soul through music. Whatever type of healer you are, you shine just as brightly as any others when you are being yourself. Yeah, your inner child is saying, don't fear the... Come on, take my hand. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you're winning. You're getting... Just keep going. Don't give up on yourself. Look, you've already accomplished one dream, and dreams change over time. You're allowed to have more than one dream. You're allowed to steadily pursue more than one dream as well. Like, you are not limited to only one discovery, self-discovery, and you're not limited to... We're multifaceted beings. We're multi-dimensional, multifaceted beings with duality out the wazoo. And you're telling me we're only supposed to come here and experience one thing? Only one dream? No way, man. And they don't have to be big dreams every time either. You can be like, I want to get out of bed today and I want to do my makeup, take myself for a walk, and get myself a little snackety snack. That's a dream. Also wanting to become, courageous enough to put yourself out online, even with the comments off, and no one ever has to see you sing in real life, and it's just posted on a video. I'm sure that's a dream as well. If you want to be... I want to be a millionaire so freaking bad. Do all the things I've never had. Anyways, but like, yeah, you want to be on Forbes magazine or something like that. I don't know. Everyone has their different levels of what is success and what is a dream. And hi, Bran. And my guide come through and he's like, Sandman, bring me a dream. You want to find love. You want to find love. Love believes in you. I believe in you. I believe in love finding you too. A romantic love, intimate love, friendship, platonic love, familial love, familiars love, partnership love. I love it so much. But yeah, you're manifesting someone who will be respectful, who will clap for your dreams as much as you clap for others. You deserve these things, to have mutual respect and understanding. But yeah, you are definitely cooking up some stuff behind the scenes, and I can, for one, look forward to hearing about it. So yeah, if you want to let me know what's going on and cooking behind the scenes, or something that you're proud of recently, I appreciate that. Drop your money bags below for claiming abundance coming into your life. Justice. Keeping true to your own authenticity and keeping true to yourself has really shined through. Some people thought that it was like, you may have looked too good to be true, my favorite ones. Some people may look at you as too good to be true. Like, you may hear that you're lucky a lot, which is unfortunate considering, I think you got things fairly. I think you worked hard. I think you took time and dedication to learn your skills, and getting out of your head took a while. And I don't think it was from luck. I think it was from dedication and not giving up on yourself. And a lot of people would rather just say that you were lucky, because then they don't want to look at themselves on why they're not making any progress and why they're not changing anything for themselves for the better, so that they can receive their justice too. You know, everyone deserves it. I feel you're also pulling back the curtain and no longer hiding yourself away. It's not giving me main character energy. It's giving me like everyone's favorite, like not like favorite person. Like it's not main character, but like the happy townsperson that everyone knows and loves and stuff. Like that's just Farmer Joe. He's always so nice, and he's just, everyone's talking with him. Or that one fisherman on the dock that all the kids always get the bestest stories from. Like, I feel like you're a local legend. Yeah, that's what I'm getting the energy. That's what the energy is local legend. You are becoming a local legend because of all the hard work and kindness that you've not only shown for yourself, but for others. You help people see what they deserve and to not be walked over. You don't allow people to talk over others, and you don't allow others to talk badly behind others' backs, which is very admirable, considering the fact that it's really easy to fall into gossip tendencies instead of talking about how you could be creating, or what you would like to see happen, or you know, the good things. It's easier to not want to shine that spotlight on yourself and be self-aware and be like, what's going on in your life and how can we do better? And you're just wanting to collaborate with people, study, and mind your own business. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like people have said that you're out of order. Some of you might be, your store might be out of orders, and you're like working towards it. You could have like moved it, and now you're like reestablishing your office or your studio where you do arts and crafts and stuff like that. You're really trying to build that back up again. So some people are waiting for your orders. Yeah, whether that's like they want to buy you something, or people look to you for advice, like on what to do next. People look to you for delegation. Like, I'm not feeling like people want you to boss them around. I just feel like people really think you have leadership roles and they look to you for what to do next. So it's not like, for some of you, you may be in the military and you may have gone up a rank and now people are looking to you for orders. And for a bit of you, some people may feel like you're out of order because you put up boundaries. But I feel like they were just, and the people who know you will know the true you, and that you're just working and minding your own business. That was strange energy to come out. I'm sure it may resonate with someone out there. Or some of you left the army as well, because you didn't like taking orders. Either way, congratulations for anyone who did get a promotion, whether it's at work, in the army. I know it's not easy. Being in a new position and being in charge, especially when you're just slowly working on yourself and learning how to control your own actions and your own feelings. Some of you may have gotten new glasses or thinking about getting new glasses. We have Page of Voices here. Look at that. So you may be choreographers, like doing music videos. Dance entertainers. And that can be anywhere from, like, you teach little kids ballet to an adult entertainer doing pole dancing. It ranges. Everyone has their different journeys. Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're shrugging it off and you're not allowing the mountains that were in front of you to stump you and to overwhelm you, and now you're just immersing yourself in the environment that you were a part of. You may have came into this environment or this clique later in life, and you may have felt like you stood out, being very colorful, and a lot of them having, like, you may have felt a bit geeky or just not cool enough to fit in, but I feel like you broke that mold and you really blew everyone's minds with how much you really did fit in. Yeah, for some of you, it's just making that journey outside of getting out of your own head and out of your own way and no longer self-sabotaging, which is a big improvement and takes a lot of leap of faith and trust in yourself and dedication and commitment. A lot of people don't talk about how making big changes is, like, it's not all sunshines and rainbows, and it's not easy. And you know, it's not linear either. So some days you feel you're like, oh, I've regressed. Oh no, I'm the old person that I used to be again. I blew up. I was short fuse. It happens. We're human. And we learn from it. And we have a capacity for good. A lot of the time we are only ever given credit for the capacity for evil, for, you know, delusion and distortion. But we are never really given the credit for being able to see through that illusion and raising our vibration and, you know, becoming self-aware and healing, which I feel like a lot more is happening throughout the world than not. A lot of people are talking about love languages. They're talking about how to parent more gently. They're talking about the type of, you know, whether or not they have rejection sensitivities, what they need, whether they're overstimulated, and really finding tools to work with it. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the background in a big scale, in a big way, but honestly, that gives me hope. And I'm not gonna kill my hope. So I feel like you're not killing your hope. You're really seeing through the illusions. Some of you may be going through a drastic change of, like, shorter haircut. Curious and intelligent things. Restless energy and a thirst for knowledge. Learning, thinking, a student, needing to align your actions with your words. So yeah, some of you may be going back and be learning more things if you are a teacher and upgrading. Some of you may have to update your like CPR and like medical training. How does it all work? Where we are headed? What is the nature of nature? With a million questions and answers, she gobbles up all the things, the light and the bits and the bobs and the data. This page is a sponge of the world, taking it all in. She intuits and intellects. She thinks her way into existence, and sometimes she has so much on her mind that there's a frantic energy around her. The learning storm comes. The wind whips with restless communication. She doesn't mean to create this uncomfortable buzzing state. She is just so absorbed in her busy thoughts that she misses the fact that there's another mountain beside her that needs to sleep. She reminds you to think before you speak, to use your mind as a tool, and to see the facts as they are. And then she reminds you to grow. So yeah, if you're like learning how to start writing poems, you may want to look up different poem structures and see which one tickles your fantasy the most, because if you're going to be learning something, you would at least like to have some sort of common interest. I'd at least suppose if you were getting the choice to do it. If you're writing songs, I would suggest this by someone else, and also it's on Wikipedia, who guessed it. You could take songs that are already songs and then rewrite them since you already know the structure, so that when you go to make a song and you have a beat, you aren't overwhelmed by the fact that you now have to decide what kind of, if it's A, B, A, where the chorus or hook and where the verses are going. You won't have to have that pressure all on you as you're slowly starting to learn and piece it all together. It reminds me of when I was taking my poetry class on California Institute of Arts. One of the prompts was taking a poem that was already created and keeping only the rhymes at the end, and then rewriting the whole poem, only keeping the end rhymes. And it created something completely different with a completely different feel for it. And it did help me get wrap my mind around, writing longer poems, as well as the fact that even if you think that the rhymes are the same as someone else's, the story and the intent behind it is all you and your art. I think you're doing a wonderful job, Faevoured ones. I really do. So that's everything I have for you today. I don't want to keep you too long. And yeah, so that was nice. I feel really light. I hope you feel lighter too. And remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun. Bye.